Can you solve this SQL practice problem? Our prompt is, Rotten Tomatoes has their own rating system for movies and shows. Users are also able to give feedback and rate movies and shows. Write a query to return the show/movie with the biggest difference in Rotten Tomatoes rating and user rating. Difference should be a positive integer. Output all columns with the difference at the end. Coming down here to check our data, we can see that we have the movie or show name, we have the Rotten Tomatoes ranking, and then we also have the user rating. Starting off, it wants us to return all of the columns, so we will select name, tomato rating, and user rating from our table that is called ratings. Now, to find the difference between the tomatoes ranking and the user's ranking, we are just going to subtract user rating from tomato rating, and we will call this column rating difference. If we come up here and run our code, we can see that we have all of the columns from the table, and then we also have this ratings difference. But we're actually not quite done with this column yet. The prompt wants us to return a positive integer, and as we can see that we're getting negatives, and we also just want to find the biggest difference overall. So if the tomato rating was greater than the user rating, we would get positive numbers, but we want the biggest difference overall. So let me show you how we're going to do that. All we have to do is use SQL's ABS, absolute value function, and all we have to do is put ABS and then parentheses around what we want to take the absolute value of. And this way it turns all of our differences positive, so that way a negative 30 would equal the same as a positive 30 because they will both just be positive 30. Next, because we're wanting to look for the biggest difference overall, we are going to order by this difference, and we are going to order that descending. So if we come up here and run our code again, we can see that we have all positive numbers, and now our ratings difference is ordered descending. Finally, even though we could use what we have already to find out which show or movie has the biggest difference, we just want to return just that one movie, so we're going to limit this one. So if we look at our output, we can see already that don't look up is listed first, so that should be our answer. So let's now run our new code. And as we can see, it is don't look up, so this looks like it worked. Let's go ahead and check our answer. And yay, we did it. If you want to supercharge your SQL skills, I highly recommend that you do some SQL problems like this. I did this one with Analyst Builder. Some of the questions are free, some of the questions aren't. You can use code Elijah25 for 25% off your first purchase.